Good evening, everybody. Now, I've been meaning to get these videos, start recording videos, start putting them on YouTube and stuff like that. Motivational videos, uplifting videos, essentially videos speaking on things that I've been through, and hopefully you can avoid going through the same things by learning from my mistakes. And I've thought about what I wanted to talk about in the very first video. And I've spoken to a lot of people about this. And I figured this might as well be the first topic. Happiness and love. Now, some people think that love is something that you find, like love at first sight or something like that. Maybe it is for them, you know. But I have a lot of customers and a lot of friends that will go through that and think that they fell in love with the one. And sure enough, a couple years later, maybe in a couple months, maybe it doesn't last that long, it falls apart. You ask yourself, why didn't I see it from the beginning? You know, he changed, he cheated, she did this, he did that. Honestly, at least in my situation, in my life, and from what I've seen, I don't think love just happens at first sight. Maybe they can, sweep you off your feet real quick, but it's more than just that, guys. I mean, you gotta love is a job, you know? You can't just say I love you to somebody and think that that's enough. Me being a guy and being around a lot of other guys, unfortunately, we're pressured at a very early age to have sex. I remember middle school, high school, everybody spoke about it. That was the only thing that any guy really cared about. If you didn't have sex with the girl, what the hell you doing with that woman? And that was a sad world. I remember that. That was sad. I mean, that's all anybody ever talked about. And nowadays, shoot, they probably talking about it in sixth grade. And it's like, yo, these are little kids. These are babies. Come on, man. But at least in my situation, maybe it was because I saw with my parents being together for so long. The way my dad respected my mom respected my dad, and the seed that my grandma planted in me. I knew that there was something better out there than just sex. Now, I understand some of you women out there, and some of you men too, are afraid to put your hearts on the line, afraid to trust. But if you think about it, every single day, you already put your life on the line just by stepping outside the door. Just by stepping out this door right here, I put my life on the line. Because who knows what's waiting for me on the other side. Maybe I get robbed today. Maybe I get in an accident. Shoot, I might die tomorrow. I might not even wake up tomorrow and see another day. So but are you gonna let the fear of being hurt keep you from feeling love? Now, I'm not saying to go out and throw your heart at every single person out there. Be smart about it. I mean, it's clear when you're talking to somebody, the signs are there, you know. And I know not all of you are believers in God, but I am. And even when I look back at my old relationships, I see the signs now. I ignored them back then, but I see them now. So pay attention to the signs that are there and have faith, you know. Everybody, we all meet for a reason, you know. Some of us are, some people are in our lives for a season and others for a reason. Just keep that in mind. I mean, love is beautiful, you know. And some people, some want to know what love is, want to feel what love is. And once again, I'll bring God into this conversation where he gave up his one and only son. Could you imagine giving up your one and only son to a fate? You know his fate. You know his destiny. You know what he's going to go through. And yet you send him out anyways. Why did he do that? He did it for us. He loves us that much. So think about that. Love is hard to find, but it's supposed to be. That one person, finding that one person is supposed to be hard. You have over 6 billion people in the world. And if you believe in faith and destiny, then you can say, okay, there's about 3 billion people out there. Let's just divide it just for, sakes of arguments. Half of those people are women, the other half are men. 50-50. So out of 3 billion people, man, woman, whatever, of course, that one is hard to find. Now, I've had my heart broken before, and it sucked. Even to this day, I find it hard to trust people. But I let God handle that part. God puts these people in my life for a reason. Either they're in it for a season or they're in it for a reason. And I remember that, and I keep my faith in that. Five years ago, I moved here to Atlanta. Thought I had a plan. Fell apart. And every time that I thought that I was stuck, that I had nowhere to go, another door opened. I say that to say this: you may get your heart broken, but you'll bounce back. You'll smile again. And one day there will be a guy or a girl comes into your life and just takes your breath away. All I can say is be patient enough to wait for that person. I remember I had a customer come in one day, had been through 2 divorces already. She was in her 40s, I believe, 45 or something like that. She came in one day smiling and glowing because the man that she had fallen in love with for the third time had proposed to her. Now, she wasn't worried about having kids. She already had the kids. She already had her kids. She wasn't worried about her age and, oh, I'm too old to find love. No. She had faith that God had that one person. He was cooking that person up for her. He was growing this person up for her. And when the time was right, not when she thought she was ready, but when God said she was ready, she met him. And now they're happily married. And I remember she turned towards me and she said, waiting for that one person, it's worth it. Ever since then, I haven't taken anybody for granted. Any one of my friends, anybody I meet for granted. And I also don't jump into things anymore. I did one time, and it ended horribly. Feelings got hurt. And all I can say is I apologize for that. Because I'm not one to want to hurt somebody. I never want to hurt anybody. It's just, I have no excuse for it. Some people look at me, so you may be watching this video looking at me and thinking, you know what? He is just like all those other guys that I've ever met. And there's nothing I can say to change your mind about that. If that's how you feel about me, then you should. I don't know why you've watched this video this long. All I can say is, from the bottom of my heart, I really pray for each and every one of you. All of my friends, all of my family, even strangers. I pray that you may find happiness. Because if you don't find happiness, what's the point of this life? Stress can't be the point of this life, no. Pain is not the point of this life, no. If anything, pain is the realest thing that you can feel in this lifetime. Because if you don't feel any pain, you're not alive. All I can say is have faith. If you're not a believer in God, then be patient. There's one person out there for you. If you truly believe that, you won't settle for less. You won't settle for half a smile. You won't settle for tears. So keep your head up. Be patient. Because that one person for you, just think about it. They're looking for you too. They're praying for you. one day when God sees fit, or when destiny sees fit, if you're not a believer, y'all will cross paths. And when you do, you'll be happy that you waited. With that said, God bless, good night, and keep your head up.